Thank you, Chairman. I will briefly associate myself with the comments of Representatives Bergman and Bacon. And first, Bergman, when he said that we're all in this together, I believe that. And second, with Representative Bacon, thank you, Chairman, for allowing us to have a very productive conversation today. I am obviously very interested with respect to my district, Utah 1, and Hill Air Force Base with the F-35 program, and I am committed to making this a very, very productive conversation to the committee, to the stakeholders. Our team is ready to dig in and make this a positive for our nation. And so I really appreciate the concept behind, we have to keep this conversation productive and find the best way forward. And the point that I will make, and I can tell from the extra comments that were given by the panelists about feedback, that's the part that I also want to be able to bring. I've interacted closely with many of the airmen and the fighter pilots in Hill Air Force Base, and this plane, when it is unmatched, this plane can simply not be beat. When they're flying into war, they want to be on the F-35. And so we have sustainment and operational challenges that we need to address that will always happen when something new is brought online. I will definitely do my part, and that's my commitment. So, Mr. Ulmer, let me jump in with as many questions as I can get in my time. We've covered today the F-35 modernization in detail. Can you please explain Block 4 development and provide the importance to the warfighter that comes from increased capability of Block 4?
Yes, Congressman. As I mentioned, really Block 4 sits on top of the Tech Refresh 3 relative to the hardware requirements. So think a new mission core processor, as well as a new cockpit panoramic display for the pilot and a new memory unit, which will allow the airplane to save a lot of the data and the information that it collects. In terms of the development, in terms of applications, really very centered around EW, increased capability in the EW system, as well as communications, navigation, additional work on data fusion and representation of that information not only to the crew, but the other F-35s and other air, land, sea, and underwater aspects as well. It's also very focused in terms of infill, exfil of information. So as the data is collected, some of that data is classified. The airplane has the ability to appropriately declassify and exfil that information to other aspects. Interoperability, improved performance in terms of interoperability. So those are really the main tenets when we look at Block 4 capability.
Excellent. Can you continue on with that? Will the plans for retrofitting the fleet of filled F-35s with Block 4 capability change Block 4 cut-in slips and if it changed with the Block 4 cut-in slips, and who fits the bill for any additional retrofitting that would be required there?
Today, the program still supports inline production in Lot 15 timeframe, so think 2023. So we are on track to deliver those aircraft with the TR3 hardware. There is no slip currently as we speak relative to those deliveries. The fleet modification really is customer by customer dependent based on their own requirement. And so there are several different COAs that have been established relative to different modification updates to the TR3 and the Block 4 configuration. I believe for the United States Air Force, but I need to take this for the record to clarify, but I believe the U.S. Air Force intends to update LRIP 11 up in terms of aircraft that will receive the modification, but I need to confirm that for the record.
That's great. I appreciate your transparency there. So thank you. Final quick question, Mr. Bromberg. What's being done to provide the additional overhaul capacity required to address recently discovered some of the reliability issues with the F-35 engine? And any comment towards catching up with demand?
Yes, Congressman. So starting in early 2020, we focused significant efforts on improving overhaul capacity, depot capacity down in the Heavy Maintenance Center. That includes accelerating the ordering of the tooling required to be deployed to the floor. They have everything they need absent a few tools which will be delivered by June. We're ahead of that need. That included providing the right technical support and technical data so that they can move those modules through the heavy maintenance center. They have everything they need today, and we have a team down there to support. In addition, we're ordering tools in advance of need, both for the heavy maintenance center and other depots to come online. So you're going to see progress here over the next few quarters as we double output in the heavy maintenance center in 2021 and double it again in 2023.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Chairman. I'll yield back. I appreciate the time.